Is another war break out between Iran and the United States? Is the Middle East once again on the brink of a major war?
Tensions are rising around the ongoing ceasefire between Iran and the United States. At the center of this growing crisis are three key conditions reportedly presented by the administration of U.S. President Donald Trump. According to Washington, if the ceasefire is to be extended, Iran must first completely abandon any attempt to develop a nuclear weapon. Second, it must ensure that the Strait of Hormuz remains fully open to international shipping. And third, all naval mines placed in the waterway must be removed and destroyed. Donald Trump has made it clear that failure to meet these conditions could lead to a much more serious situation. However, Iran has responded firmly. Speaking at a press briefing, Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Esmail Baghaei stated that Iran's primary objective is to bring the current conflict to a complete end. However, he also emphasized that Iran will not enter into negotiations under threats or military pressure. In particular, Tehran has ruled out the possibility of immediate talks with the United States regarding its nuclear program. Meanwhile, fresh military confrontations have emerged alongside the diplomatic tensions. According to reports, on May 26, the USA Air Force carried out a major airstrike on Bandar Abbas, one of Iran's most strategically important ports in the country's south. The USA Central Command, or CENTCOM, stated that the operation was intended to prevent Iran from laying new naval mines in the Strait of Hormuz and to weaken its missile launch capabilities. But shortly after the attack, Iran responded. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, claimed that it launched missile strikes against a USA airbase in retaliation. At the same time, Kuwait announced that it had intercepted and destroyed several hostile drones and missiles that entered its airspace. As a result, the situation has become even more complicated. The world's attention is now focused on the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow waterway serves as one of the most important routes for global oil and commercial shipping. If the strait remains closed for an extended period, the consequences could affect not only the Middle East but also the global economy and energy markets. Reports suggest that hundreds of commercial and oil tankers remain stranded in the region, while thousands of sailors continue to face uncertainty at sea. The question is, what happens next? Some analysts believe that both sides are applying pressure in an attempt to strengthen their positions before eventually reaching a diplomatic solution. Others warn that a single miscalculation or a new military incident could rapidly escalate the situation into a full-scale war. Donald Trump has once again warned that if Iran refuses to accept the proposed conditions, larger and more devastating strikes could follow. Meanwhile, USA Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has stated that American forces are fully prepared for any potential military operation. As a result, the situation across the Middle East remains highly tense. Will the ceasefire survive, or is the region heading toward another major conflict?